Hello there. Hi. Welcome in. Welcome back. Welcome to this, the 8th of April, 2025. Hopefully you're doing well today. We are back today with a new series, a new retro series. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Specifically Forgotten Realms Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. There's a lot going on with that name right there. Um I played this way back on release. It's a hack and slash adventure. Um, loot based, dungeon crawly kind of thing. But yeah, so we're going to start this series. I don't think it'll be particularly long. We have, of course, the first game. We have, of course, the second game, and for something that I have not played, we do in fact have the reboot. Now, I've not played the reboot. This will be a first playthrough for this one, but we're saving that for last. When this came out, a lot of people were not happy with it. So I'm assuming now that the fervor has died down, maybe we can get a more objective look at it. But yeah, so that's how we'll be ending with this playthrough. Again, I don't think these games are particularly long, except maybe the reboot. But we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Again, I remember playing these when I was younger, and really enjoying them. There's another couple games that are like that, but they were for the EverQuest universe called the Champions of Norath. Which we might check out at some point as well. But yeah, I wanted to start a retro series since we kind of got a couple horror games going. We've got our CRPG going, and what was the other thing we were doing? We got Pillars, we got our horror games. I guess then we just have the retro stuff. I am waiting. I believe the update for Path of Exile 2 is already released and everything. However, from what I've heard, the Path of Exile 2 stuff is not looking too hot. Apparently, they decided to nerf and reduce a whole bunch of things because they're going for... Remember how I was talking about in other games where there's a focus on a vision, not necessarily on making it fun? From the stuff that I've been seeing, it seems like that, unfortunately, is where Path of Exile 2 is currently heading, where it's like, oh, we want this to be our vision of the game, not necessarily a fun version of it. So, we'll see. Hey, Spaceball 1 Gaming. What a name. How you doing today? We're just getting started, so hopefully you're doing well today. Let me go ahead and get you a shout out, see what you were doing. You were playing Dead by Daylight. How's that going? Are you a killer or a survivor? If so, who's your favorites? I always have to ask. Raid, yes. Welcome in. We're just talking a little bit before we get started. So welcome in, Moonlit. Thank you again for the raid and everybody coming in for the raid. But if you do need a raid and run, I'm not sure how long you've been streaming. Feel free to do so. Just drop us a follow, and please do take care of yourself. If you need to get some food, if you need to get some water, or if you just need to take a nap, whatever it might be, please do take care of yourself. But I do appreciate the raid. Welcome in, everybody. We're just talking about some stuff before we get started on our game today. So you haven't missed anything. You haven't missed anything. We went live about 5 minutes ago. So we're just getting started. But yeah, back to Path of Exile stuff. It just looks like they're kind of really trying to focus on their vision of the game, and from what I've seen, I don't think there's anybody too happy with where Path of Exile 2 is currently at / heading. But we'll see. We'll give it some time for them to kind of work out some stuff with that game. But like I said, in the meantime, We're gonna be working our way through the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance games, and some gunk on this. I'll need to clean this case. But followed you from Radical Voil. Oh, thank you. Well, I do appreciate it. Radical Voil is another member of the Crypt stream team, but also another member of the Crypt community at large. So I do appreciate it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and throw you a follow. Do you play a lot of DBD, or do you kind of play a variance of games there, Spaceball? Let me throw you a follow as well. There you go. Got you followed. Make sure we'll be able to catch your streams at some point. I do appreciate it. Yeah. So we'll be, like I said, this week we'll be focusing on Pillars of Eternity, DVD, COD, Phasma, and Mix for the most part. Okay, so a lot of the like multiplayer horror / competitive stuff. Okay, that's yeah, that makes sense. Have you played any of the newest Call of Duty stuff? I've not really kept up with Call of Duty in the past like 5 years. Yeah, Black Ops 6, I guess. Do you like it? Do you feel like it's a good successor to that series, or is it just kind of it feels kind of like everything else? But yeah, so we're gonna do some Pillars this week. We're gonna do some Dark Alliance today. Oh, just a heads up to everyone as well. I'm gonna re-go over an announcement. Actually, I have two announcements. Like one is a positive one is more of an informative one. If you weren't here yesterday, I did a big announcement. I am part of the newly formed The Crypt stream team, which is a stream team made by members, or made with members from the Crypt community that has a focus on charity. There's a lot of us. I reposted the links on my Twitter and Blue Sky and stuff, so if you want to find out who else is a part of the team, go find it there. We currently don't have a Twitch Steam team page. Hopefully sometime in the future that will be a thing, but we're going to be working with charity as well as just trying to do some maybe more focused like collaborations and stuff. Yeah, so I'm officially a part of that, which we announced yesterday. I'm very honored to be a part of that. Anybody that's been around the channel knows that I am a big proponent for charity work, so I want to make sure that, you know, we're always pushing forward in a positive direction. That was kind of our announcement yesterday. Again, if you want to watch the stream yesterday, it's here on Twitch and on YouTube. We also do stream to YouTube, so if you prefer the YouTube viewing experience, you can hop over there, or if you're on YouTube and you prefer the Twitch viewing experience, you can come on over here as well. The second thing, second reminder, tomorrow will be the last day I stream this week, potentially. I do have a procedure on Thursday, and I'm not sure if I will be recovered enough on Friday to do a stream. So tomorrow will be probably our last stream for the week until potentially Sunday. We'll see how I'm feeling on Friday, but just take that as a it's like the rest, but only difference is the movements. Okay. But yeah, so Thursday I'll have a procedure, so I won't be streaming that. Friday, depending on how I recover, might be out Friday, and then we'll be back on Sunday with something. We're currently working through a couple horror games, although I think we're going to restart our Look Outside playthrough. I think I'm going to go ahead and turn that down to easy, because I do want to see what that game has to offer, but normal is just too unforgiving to be fun, so we might just turn down Look Outside to easy and just try to get through the story and see what all that game has to offer. And then we're working through No Skin, which we made it to essentially the final encounter, but of course we didn't have the skin, so we couldn't like finish it. But we still got a whole bunch of stuff to discover in that game, so you know, stay tuned for that. Pillars of Eternity, I believe once we get to the White March, we probably won't have a whole lot left in Pillars of Eternity 1, and then once we finish that, we'll be jumping into Pillars of Eternity 2, which is Deadfire. And then, basically, I'm going to devote kind of one stream, at the very least, a week to CRPG. So once we get done with Pillars, we're going to be just bouncing between, RPGs. So we're going to be doing some, I think I have Tyranny planned after. It's also made by Obsidian. So we'll probably play Tyranny after Pillars, and then I think we're just going to pull the trigger on doing Shadowrun, because we've been pushing it off for apparently 4 years now. So I figure after Pillars, we're just going to do Shadowrun. And then after Shadowrun, we'll probably bounce back to Fantasy with Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. So that's kind of what's coming up. Obviously, as events happen, as new games release, stuff like that, then we'll wiggle some things in and out of our rotation, but that's kind of what to look forward to. But yeah, I think that's basically everything that I needed to announce here. Again, I appreciate all the support. Thanks for all. No problem. We make sure that we support people, because I say this all the time, and I'm pretty sure people are tired of hearing it, but a rising tide raises all ships, right? If we work together, everyone succeeds, right? That's the whole goal, right? So I'm more than happy to throw a follow around to make sure that people succeed. But yeah, so that's what's going on for the week. And I'll keep you posted on Friday. I'll probably do a post, or yeah, I'll probably do like a Blue Sky post if I'm deciding on streaming, just so people know. But I mean, the best way to know is if you follow the channel, you can turn on notifications for the channel. That'll tell you when we go live. Most of the time when Twitch isn't, throwing itself around and out a window or something, which Twitch is going to be, I will pretty much forewarn you, Twitch is going to be very rough this month, because they're supposed to be implementing that 100-hour limit on the 19th, which I believe is 2 weeks, or a week from Saturday, right? Actually, I think it's a week from Saturday. Yeah, a week from Saturday, they're going to be implementing that, and I'm sure there's going to be people that weren't paying attention or didn't notice or just thought they had more time or whatever, that are going to be very upset when all of their videos disappear. So be prepared for Twitch to be on fire here in about a week, and probably not be put out for quite some time. Don't worry about us. All of our videos are already on YouTube, so if you want to catch any of our old playthroughs for the past 4 years, they're all on YouTube, so there's nothing to worry about there. On our end, they're just not here on Twitch anymore, which is unfortunate, but there you go. So I am going to find the right controller. Found it. And I think it's time we finally turn off the music and get started with some Dark Alliance. Again, this is the one from 2001. This is the first Dark Alliance. We'll be playing Dark Alliance 2 after it, and then we'll be playing the reboot to finish out the series. Again, I've not played the reboot. I heard a lot of people were disappointed with it, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But again, let's get to that here. Now, again, we'll be starting from scratch. We won't be using any of like the cheat codes or stuff. I don't know if it was this one or the second one. You could actually put in a cheat code to play Drizzt Do'Urden, if you know that from the R.A. Salvatore series. Let me brighten this up for you guys, because I know it's usually pretty dark. Okay. Although it's called Dark Alliance, I don't want you guys not to be able to see the game. That would be silly. Alright. Continue. There's currently no audio for this, so we just gotta let it make its spot. Data initialization complete. There you go. I'm not sure if Black Isle is still a company anymore. Division of Interplay. Should look that up. Wizards is still around, obviously. Based in California. Huh. Looks like they might be. Oh yeah, they released the apparently a remaster of the game we're about to play back in 2021. So apparently they're still a studio. All right. Dialogue text on, subtitles on, damage text. Sure, why not? And let's get started. One player. Normal should be fine. Human archer, dwarven fighters, elven sorceress. Yeah, no, we gotta go fighter. Gotta hit things as hard as we can with big giant weapons. Hopefully the audio is good for you guys. Might need to turn it up just a little bit. Hold on. Let me try that. Come on.
You are weary from your travels,
There we go.
but mesmerized at the sight of Baldur's Gate. Not only a town of myth and legend, but also a place where one can find fame and fortune round every corner. It is night as you enter the city, and it seems strangely deserted.
Oh no.
You soon discover that the night holds danger as well. And in an instant, that danger is upon
you. Easy pickings, Acorn.
Acorn?
Oh, voice acting.
Indeed. Let's see what our little ambush has won us.
Halt! Who goes there?
It's the watch.
Let's get out of here!
Yes, but take the gold. Leave the rest for the watch.
Rude.
Damnable thieves. They grow bolder with each passing day.
Still some life in this one. Looks like all they did was make off with some possessions.
Easy, easy there. That's quite a blow you took.
Those thieves that attacked made off with your possessions. But at least you're alive.
They're becoming more bold with each passing day.
You'd best stay off the streets after the sun sets. It's not safe out here.
You could seek shelter in the Elf Song Tavern. It's close enough.
Aye, more than enough cutthroats there. Could be one of them would even know how to find those that attacked you.
Okay. Loading. Sometimes you just gotta set the loading on fire, you know.
Drawn by a haunting voice, you come to the Elf Song Tavern. It is a small place, filled with a motley assortment of patrons
It's a beholder.
and grisly trophies. There, the haunting voice
small
is
for a
all
beholder,
around you, and the patrons are silent as the song washes over them. One by one, they all seemed lost in its call.
Beautiful song, isn't it? I've heard her sing 100 times, and each time it still moves me.
Beautiful. Where's the voice coming from?
It's the spirit of an elven woman. She haunts this tavern, singing once every couple of nights.
Why does she sing?
No one truly knows. Her spirit was here when I first bought this tavern. Some say she sings for a lost love, a soldier who died defending Baldur's Gate. They say she sings in the hope he will hear her voice and return home. Still, that's nothing but hearsay and tales. Welcome to the Elf Song Tavern. What can I get you?
I was hoping you could help me. I was robbed on the streets by a band of thieves. I'm looking to find them.
Sounds like members of that new thieves guild I've been hearing about. You're lucky to be alive. Word is they're responsible for the murder of 2 city watchmen.
Yikes.
And the disappearance of several thieves from the old guild.
So this new guild's at war with the old guild?
Yes. Look, I wouldn't cross blades with those thugs if I were you. Just stay clear of them unless you want to end up dead in an alley, alright?
Don't have much choice. I stole every last coin I had. If you know where I can find them, tell me.
Well, no one knows where their guild hall is. Still, if you're determined to find them, try the sewers.
Why the sewers?
I'll wager they've been using them to move around Baldur's Gate. It's probably what's been driving all those sewer rats up to the surface.
Alright, how do I get in the sewers?
Well, there's a gate to the sewers in the cellar of this tavern. I locked it up a long time ago, before the Guild War began.
Could I use the gate?
Well, there's a problem with that. Actually, maybe we can help each other out.
What do you mean?
Well, we've had to lock up the cellar because of the horde of rats that suddenly showed up down there. Clear them out for me, and I'll give you the key to the sewer gate. And a little gold to help you get back on your feet. What do you say?
Hey, Lee. How you doing today?
The door
Sounds
to the
good.
cellar's locked, so you'll need to get the key from Ethon over in the corner there.
Who's Ethon?
Ethon's one of our regulars. He usually fetches wine from the cellar for me, but he hasn't been able to go down there since the rats appeared.
When did they start appearing?
Only this past week. If those thieves are using the sewers to move around Baldur's Gate, they may have driven the rats out.
I'll go get the key from Ethon and see about taking care of those rats then.
Luck be with you. And watch those rats. Some of them can be vicious when backed in a corner.
This
Save
isn't
game.
the place for that.
Alright.
Welcome, friend. I saw you come in. Nasty bump on the head you've got there. Something I can do for you?
The bartender said you had the key to the cellar.
I do. We locked the door to the cellar once the rats started swarming around down there. Did you need it for something?
Aelith asked me to take care of this tavern's rat problem. I need to get into the cellar.
Are you sure it was the rat problem? Or are you thinking of hunting down those thieves that attacked you?
What do you know about that?
I overheard your conversation with Aelith. Look, friend. You've met them once and escaped with your life. Don't test your luck twice.
I have to find them. I stole every last coin from me, and I aim to get what they stole back.
Well, if the thieves won't keep you from going down there, maybe the rats will.
Rats don't concern me. Just give me the key.
All right, then. I won't say I didn't warn
Doing
you.
okay. Just woke up because the cat was
Here's the
super
key to
hungry.
the cellar
Nice.
door. Don't be too long, or else I'll have to come down and get you. Oh, and before you go, take
Rats,
this
bleh.
dagger.
Yeah.
It's not much, but it might do you some good.
Okay. Select. Dagger auto-equipped. That's fine. That's what I thought. Okay, sleeping.
This isn't the place for that.
Welcome, friend. If you're looking for a good blade or a sturdy shirt of chain, well, I don't know the cost.
Okay,
We have many fine deals.
we got no
What are
cash
you looking
whatsoever.
for?
Okay.
This isn't
Nebbish.
the place for that. What do you want? I got no coin to spare, so don't think your begging will make me part with a single copper.
Okay, go upstairs. Nope.
This isn't the place for that.
Alright. As most great adventures starts in a tavern with some rats. Make sure we break everything, because this is how we're going to get cash early on. Arrows. It keeps acting like there's something over here. Oh. Was the hitbox for the ladder that big? Jesus Christ. Yes, it is. Okay. The ladder goes almost all the way to those barrels. That's insane. Yeah, like, this is where the ladder's at. All the way to, like, here is where the hitbox is. Okay. How did your stream go last night, Lee? I didn't catch the ending of it. How far did you get in BioShock? Isn't there a dodge button? There's a jump button. Recall potions. They will teleport you back to the hub of any act. Oh, well, got a little bit where... Oh, okay. I don't remember a whole lot about that game, to be honest. I just remember bits and pieces. Like, look, water physics. Rusty short sword. Should be more damage than this. Slightly. As usual, I forgot to use the camera. You know, I'll be honest, I don't even remember a camera in BioShock 1. Healing. All the healing potions. Cash. So we're gonna need to buy armor and stuff. Oof, that sensitivity is really low. Can I change that? Controls, whatever. Guess not. Oh, there's a brightness slider. I was like, it looks a little bit dark. Turn this up. That's much better, yeah. Now I can actually see what I'm doing. Recall potion, redo potion, which I believe is for mana. Why can't I? No, it's hitting the wrong button. It's like, why can't I slash anymore? I was like, wait a second, I think there's a map, yeah.
I'm with you.
15 rats remain. Ten rats remain. all this cash. Also, I always love the optics of these games. They're like, hey, I need you to go take care of the rats. Goes into the cellar and breaks literally every possible breakable box. It's like, you know, you probably lost more in product getting me to kill the rats than you ever would have done just leaving the rats there. But, yeah, you know, it's fine. I remember correctly, there's like a big rat at the end of this. Maybe I'm mistaken, maybe that's not till later. 3. Two, 1. Rat quest completed. If you found a recall potion, use it now by selecting recall in the start menu. Okay. There's our shield. There we go. She gotta have it. Yeah, usually with these kind of, especially back in the day, that was like the thing. It's like you'd always have a mission that was like slay X amount of kobolds or beat this many rats. It was just kind of people's introduction to the game and mechanics and stuff. Because you know, it's like, what's less intimidating than just a bunch of rats or a bunch of kobolds or, you know. We got a shield, though. Let's go ahead and equip the shield for now. So we can block. Whee! Ooh, rusty longsword. Time to find bowl of wine. You're supposed to recall there, and then they send you to go further in here. I just figured we might as well do it now. Actually, I'm not sure how the recall potions work. I don't know if they work like a portal where you can go back to where you recalled from. Let's just go back just in case. How you doing?
You're back. Did you see Ethan down there?
In cellar? No, I didn't see him.
He followed you down there not long ago, and I fear he may have gotten lost in the cellar. Or worse, he may have wandered into the sewers. I tried to stop him.
Don't worry, I'll take care of... I took care of all the rats, so I probably just got lost. I'll find him.
Thank you. But before you go, please take these coins in payment for all you've done so far. And, as promised, here's the key to the sewer gate. Be careful down there. There are bound to be worse things than sewer rats in those tunnels.
Sewer, 75 gold, 200 experience. Yeah, that's another reason why we gotta do this. Level up. Toughness. Mana. Boost critical. Okay. Toughness it is. Monkeys. Thought somebody...
You're back.
What are you... Oh, there's always been... Yeah, if you could find some way to get that cellar door key from old Ethon, then head down to the cellars to get me a bottle, I'd make it worth your while. Hi, it'll do me well enough.
There we go. Extra healing potion.
Our
Alright,
shop
do you have
carries
any
the finest
armor?
dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
How much money we got? 149, so we can't really afford...
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
We gotta sell, we can. We don't need the rusty dagger, we don't need the arrows, or the sword.
If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you've come to the right place. If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable
We got
prices.
268. I kind of want to grab the big hammer.
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
Okay.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
I'm gonna go with a warhammer. Yeah, there we go.
Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
138. Now, if we hit recall again, does it take us back? It does. Okay. Boy. Ouch. Break all the things. Oh yeah, I forgot those are the explosive ones. The little barrels are the explosive ones. That. Again, we want to grab as much as we can starting out because we're going to have to upgrade armor and weapons and all that fun stuff. Nice. Oof, spiders. I remember these guys being super tanky. How do we use a potion? Do I just... You can use potions quickly when not in the inventory, pressing R2 for healing, L2 for rejuve. Okay, so that's what I was wondering. I was like, I know there's a quick healing, I just don't remember what it was. Before we save, let's make sure we... Oh, secret wall! Gotta find the switch. I don't remember what the switch is. No, I'm not gonna put the sewer just yet. this thing? Or do we just have to push square on it? Okay, you just push square on hidden walls, and they move. Got it. I think we just picked up a gemstone, which I think are just for cash, if I remember correctly. Now let's save. Make sure that we didn't get anything useful. Okay. We do have boots that are going to be an upgrade. Let's go with the axe. It's a slightly less high on the damage. Yeah, rubies are just money.
What's this you've caught? A sewer rat?
That's a bugbear.
Don't hurt him. Lord Xantum will wish to speak to him.
Not Lord Xantum.
Best of health. Ah, excellent. I was expecting you. Did you receive the package from Lord Xantum?
I did. And I have it with me.
And you know where it is bound?
He told me to take it to the crypts and place it within the Chamber of Ashes there.
Excellent. The entrance you seek lies on the level below past the sewer grates. Let no one see you enter the temple and do exactly as you have been instructed. Now be on your way.
You guess who the first boss is?
Later. Guard him well.
Give you a hint. He doesn't talk. The PS2 crying to render that water. Oh, this? I mean, the bartender earlier had jiggle physics, so apparently they were really into making sure physics worked in this game. I guess we can save here. Oh, this is not very good. And it died. That's why they put that save there. Okay, I think the only problem with the two-handed is just their striking stuff is just not great. Because they go like this, they hit like a very small target, whereas the swords swipe. So... Plus, I think. See, it's like, even though we're lined up... Oh, no, you don't. Also, we can... Those on... Choke points. Those on. Either that, I just gotta get better at aiming. I can't swing Swing wildly like I can with a sword. I believe this is explosive. Oh, oh. Can't open that. Oh, they're just like sandbags and stuff. This is why you have a jump button. That's a big rat. Oh, I forgot they could stun me. Huh. I didn't know. Gold something. What do we pick up? Let's go with this. Just because it'll be faster, it does as much damage, but it has a better, like, swing. Yeah, see how it's much easier to, like, make contact with these guys with this thing? Hitboxes, be damned. Ooh, save point. I wonder why that's there. So we should have a shield, right? So I believe we're gonna need that versus what's on the other end of this little... Yeah. Wasn't that fun? Hey, look who it is. Check to see if we get any. Okay, we do have a helmet. I'm gonna save again because I believe the other way is going to be the big guy in the cell. By the way, yes, they have a jump button, which means that we have jumping puzzles. Where's that rat? Oh, there he is. Oh, I guess that was just one of them. I don't think that might have been the one, but... Where you at? Up in rack. Rusty dagger. There's no secret areas. Let's see. Get the camera a little bit. By the way, these are, if you don't know anything about, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff, these are kobolds. I was talking about how you had to fight kobolds at the beginning. These are kobolds. They're basically like little lizard folk. They tend to hang around like orcs and bugbears and, hobgoblins and stuff like that, so. That's why we're getting so many of them. We'll do that. Let's save. Yeah, save often, because all it takes is one bad encounter and you're dead. Huh. Someone already killed all these things. Strange. Ah, there's the big rat. There's a big rat in this game. I was curious where it was. Make sure we get all of the stuff. Button. Alright, how are we looking weapon-wise? I know we picked up some stuff. Just 3. Fight Club just does 3 damage. Pull the lever. Oh, you went down like a chump. But should be fighting a whole bunch of them now. There he is. And let's use a choke point. Oh, are they? Bugbear Chieftain. There it is. First boss. I'm stuck in the doorway, and then beat the snot out of him. Lucky gets us stuck in the doorway.
This looks important.
Ta-da! First boss defeated. That. There we go. It's like I know we're supposed to get a level up here. Okay, 2 points. You carry more. Armor bonus. Provides a targeting line to make aiming easier. Okay, so we're gonna go 1 in dodge, 1 in target. Wait, that didn't... Oh, okay. I meant for a bow. I read that right the first time. I thought that was gonna be like, just in general.
Locked.
But, nope. That's fine. Someone's fault?
The gods you're
Okay.
here. Any longer and I'd be sitting in some kobold's belly.
Well,
after I gave you the cellar door key, I felt guilty about letting you head down here without help, so I followed you down. No sooner do I get down here than I'm surrounded by those yapping kobold devils, and they haul me to this cell and lock me in.
The door of the sewers was locked. How did you get down here?
There's an entrance to the sewers from the street, and I used that. I knew about it from my days when I was in the guild. The old guild, not the new one.
There was another entrance, so I didn't need to go through the cellars at all?
No. But I was hoping that maybe the rats would discourage you from chasing those thieves. I was worried the thieves would kill you.
So you used to be a thieves guild, so you're a thief.
Retired. That life's behind me. Still, I've kept a bit of what I've learned, and it might help you now.
What do you mean?
I managed to pick this key off the chieftain you killed. I think it unlocks a gate deeper in the sewers. If you're still aiming to catch those thieves that robbed you, then you'll need it. While I was locked up here, I overheard some of the thieves from this new guild planning a mission. And that's what I heard. I don't know what that thief was carrying, but it can't have been good.
Well, fine, I'm giving you the key and I'll head deeper in the sewers.
All right then, I don't need to tell you to be careful. I'll meet up with you at the Elf Song Tavern later on. Come find me when you've found that thief.
Okay. Why does he walk like that? I swore there was a roll button, but I guess maybe that's in a different game. Okay. This probably leads back up to the street, right? Yeah. Okay. Oh, hi. Alright, we need to go back up to town and clear out our inventory a little bit. Also see how much cash we have in hopes that we can maybe buy some armor. A lot of the stuff you end up finding throughout gameplay, but sometimes it's better to get it earlier on so you just survive longer. Oh, now there's people in town. Fountain. It's the tavern. Let's go, we got jumps. It's not the tavern right here. Ah, there we go. Now I found the tavern. I believe we can talk to you.
Thank you for finding Ethan. He told me what happened down in the sewers.
You're welcome.
Here's some coins for your trouble. And please, you're welcome to rest here anytime, no charge.
Alright.
If you need
So-
something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you'll come to the right place.
Get rid of all of
If
this
quality and
stuff.
price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
Cloth boots, cloth.
Oh, friend, I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you. We have many fine deals. What are you looking for? Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains. Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here. If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you've come to the right place.
Alright, so we got 27. We could go with the short sword plus 2, but I think armor is where we need to focus our cash. Could go ahead and bump up to scale.
Oh, friend. I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you.
Could go ahead and bump up to scale mail. Get 2 pieces of that.
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for? Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains. Swords, axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
Did I just buy 2 pairs of gloves? I think I just bought 2 pairs of...
If
Jesus
quality
Christ.
and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find...
I hate when I do that. Because there's no direct comparison, so... That's fine.
Please, leave me. I've been waiting. My man, kissing, had just gone on.
Okay.
Yeah.
An orb.
We had agreed.
Well met, friend. It's good to see you. Ah, sad tale, friend. But I
Okay.
came to find... It was always his
So
intention
find a way
to
into
be
the shrine. Find her. Okay. So we got a couple quests there. Okay, back into the sewers. I think eventually we'll get access to another hub that will have like actual like weaponsmiths and stuff, but for now we're kind of limited.
This isn't the place for that.
Alright. Down to level 2. So that's an explosion. Oh. Hand axe. What does that do? Well, check it out. Probably has more chance to like crit or something. By the way, what you're supposed to do with these explosive barrels, you can ignite them and then walk away, then they explode. Instead of, you know, hitting them like a dingus like I've been doing. Jesus Christ, you guys are tankier than that last guy. Keen means it has more critical strike chance. Oh, not the ooze. Gelatinous cube. Other helmet +1. I will immediately equip that. Ah. Tube and battle axe. Okay, let's double check over here. We want to check everywhere to make sure we don't miss any secrets or treasure chests or anything like that, because this game is a little, if I remember correctly, a little stingy about loot, but the loot it does drop is going to be like very important to make sure that we pick up. Wait, am I not using the axe? I am. Okay, it just looks weird from this angle. Back here. Serrated dagger. Serrated is bleed a thing in this game? I can't remember. I don't think so. Throw it all the way over there. I believe... So in the first game, I think you can only use one weapon at a time, but I believe in the second one you can actually dual wield. Which is really nice. You can really focus on, like, putting down some damage instead of being as tanky. There's the oozes. Wouldn't be a basic dungeon without oozes either. That way. What's this way? Timing puzzles. And another save. Okay, what's the other way then? 5? Okay. So, jeez. Okay, so I see the Latinus cube over here. Pick up a ring. What's that? So I don't think it just says ring when they're magical. I think it says specific things when they're magical. Jeweled padded boots. Those means they sell more, right? Yeah, they sell for twice as much. As far as I know, I don't think there's a way to get info. Other boots +1, however. Those are actual armor. Well, I'm gonna try something. Let's do a short bow a shot.
I'm out.
Oh yeah, you need arrows. Ah, never mind. Ooh, 4 to 12. Oh boy. Hey, what? That's a lot of ooze. A whole lot of ooze. Wow. That dude like one-shot me. Jesus. Oh god. And we. Oh, that's gonna suck. So now we're all the way back here. Yeah, I guess this is just the... Well, I mean, enemies like yourself, I have a chance to crit, so what I'm guessing happened is he just crit me with his triple shot, and it just ended up in us meeting our maker, as it were. It happens from time to time. Is this an item? So what's funny is, like, even though these enemies don't seem like they have a face, they actually do. So you can circle them to take less damage, but when you're in a room full of them, it's not really an option. These guys don't really have. These guys just... they rotate too fast, so... Ooh, a Warhammer +1, though. And because the loot, of course, is randomized, you won't get the same things you got before. So... See, what I think also happens is because they shoot multiple projectiles, there's a chance that they just shotgun blast you, and you just, like, eat all of the damage all at once, you know? Like that. See how you get hit by, like, all 3 projectiles. This is the room. Just gonna keep an eye on my health. And see, they can also stun you, so it means, like, the more I swing at them, the more chance I have of not swinging, because, you know, the more they hit me. Yeah, so one of these guys definitely does a lot more damage than the others. And I think it's this guy. But... Also remember, you can recall at any time, so like I could fight a whole bunch of those. If I run out of healing, I can recall, go back, buy a bunch of healing, and, you know, all of that. So it's not like I'm stuck in that room to fight them, but... Fortunately, we did not get as good loot this time going through there. But that is how it works with random loot. So, all that to pull a lever. And see, we can block, but like, without a shield, we still take a pretty significant amount of damage. So, this is not somewhere we want to be. The gelatinous cubes are, I don't know what I just picked up, but sounded like scale mail. Oh, it was an amulet, okay. See, and that lever we pulled, we had to do that, so you actually had to go that way, but I'm gonna go ahead and save here. So we can go pull the other lever, which probably shouldn't be as difficult. Come on. Okay, drops. Looks like magical padded armor, that's good. So I don't think we had any armor there, so we're jumping up our armor quite a bit there. So now we went from 0 armor on our chest to 7, so that's a pretty good jump in AC there. That's a bomb. Yeah, some chests are trapped as well. So that should help us mitigate some of this damage. Maybe. I say as they shotgun half my health away. Yeah, but you can already tell we're taking significantly less damage. That's why sometimes it's better to just spend the money on the armor upgrade than to conserve it for something higher, because that 7 AC took us from being, 3-shotted to, like, being able to tank, like, 5 hits without taking, like, a fourth of our health, so... okay, there was one other side path, if I remember correctly, so let's go over there. There was a save here in the middle, and then there was a side path. I know, I'm running through all these. And there was this way. There was another save here, which was interesting. Save. Don't know what's this way. Like a chest. Probably a trapped chest. Oh, okay. Low on healing, which is another thing you gotta pay attention to, is how much healing you got left. So you gotta spend money on that as well. Oh, I bet this turns off the fence. Nope, I was incorrect. I have no idea what that does. Maybe there was a third door we just didn't see. Okay. We'll definitely have to recall before we go too deep into this dungeon, because we are running low on HP potions, and we're gonna need to maybe buy some new armor or weapon or something. Okay, were there 3 doors here? There were 3 doors, so we had to pull all 3 levers. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and recall here. Talk to you.
Whoa,
Sell.
friend.
Close,
I think
shield.
The smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you. We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
Okay, so we got 26. We need healing potions.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
So getting this short sword wouldn't be
Swords,
bad,
axes,
but
bows. We have everything you need right
flaming
here.
stuff is also very helpful. Alright, how
If you
much
need
money would
something
it
to
cost?
split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you've come to the right place.
That would be, what, 29? For that? So,
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices. Oh, friend. I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you. We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
So,
Our shop
our
carries
boots.
the finest dwarven weapons.
Alright. So now we can put this on and this on. That'll get us some much better armor. And then we need to see if he sells potions.
Swords,
He does.
axes, bows.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Magic items tell you when they're magical. So. Oof. It's not a lot of healing potions, actually.
If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect your own, you've come to the right place.
Okay, guess we're gonna have to roll with this. All right. There's the path down. Okay, nothing else around here. Enter crypt, which I don't know if they do damage resistance and stuff in here, but if we fight skeletons, usually they're weak to bludgeoning damage. So our hammer might actually do some work here.
Have you done as I asked, Khan?
Yes, my Lord Xantum. I sent one of my best men to the crypts in the temple, as you instructed.
The orb must be placed within the Chamber of Ashes within the crypts. If your man fails to do this, then
Okay, that sounds like... Is that Gregory Irons?
Yes, my lord. He knows your wishes, and he will not fail you.
Very well. Bring me the prisoner you found in the sewers. I will question him now.
My lord, I sent for the prisoner some time ago, but I have received no word from the bugbears in the sewers.
Send your men into the sewers. Find out what has happened to our soldiers and bring me the prisoner. Do not fail me in this, Khan.
Yes, my lord. Should I recall the man I sent to the temple?
No. If he places the orb as instructed, he will not be coming back. Tell your men to avoid the temple grounds. To enter it now is certain death.
Ah! Okay, there's zombies in here too. I'm trying to see if that was Gregory Irons, because that sounds like Gregory Irons, right? I'm not like losing my mind. I did not mean to go up there. I was trying to get to the Wikipedia page, but sometimes they put in weird spots. Oh, there we go. Cast. Okay, here we go. Oh, no, okay. Never mind. I was getting him confused. I think Gregory Irons is someone else. Maybe. Ah, Tony J. That's what I was thinking of. I saw his face, but I gave him the wrong name. Yeah, Tony J. Gregory Irons is, from What is Tony Gregory Irons from that I keep mixing him up? Gregory Irons. Isn't Gregory Irons... Wait, am I don't know who I'm confusing now. 'Cause that's apparently a wrestler. Who am I thinking of? Wait, is it Jeremy Irons? Jeremy Irons. Who was Scar. That's Jesus Christ. Man, my brain did not grab any of the right names today. Yeah, so Jeremy Irons is Scar, but Tony J is Frollo from Hunchback of Notre Dame. Among other things, obviously, they've got their own giant lists of roles they've played. Okay. Hi.
What are you doing here? Run now, before it changes you!
Look, slow down. Who are you? What happened here?
I am Fayed, a priest of Ilmater. I tend the crypts and perform burial rites here at the Shrine of Suffering. Now I fear that I shall be the next one to be changed. Into the Walking Dead! Haven't you seen them? They're everywhere! My fellow brothers and sisters of the temple, all dead. I was taking an urn of ashes to one of the crypts when I discovered a strange set of tracks leading downwards. When I followed them, I found that thing, that foul orb, and the dead arose around me. Vile skeletons, zombies, unholy ground. I acted quickly, sealing this level off from the level below, then barricaded myself in this room. I had hoped sealing off this level would prevent the dead from reaching here. I was wrong.
How'd you seal off this level?
We priests of Ilmater set up some non-lethal traps here in the crypts to capture grave robbers. The trap that sealed off the exits is triggered by 3 urns on this level.
Of course
when
it
these
is.
urns are taken from their pedestals, stone blocks seal off all the exits from this level. I knocked all the urns from their pedestals and then barricaded myself in here. But I was not fast enough. Some of the dead had already entered this level, and the power of that thing below seems to be able to reach even here. Fortunately, I am able to hide myself from the eyes of these undead creatures, for the time being. I can only hope that the gates and wards will prevent the dead from reaching the level above.
Where are all these dead coming from?
They're coming from below, from that thing in the Chamber of Ashes. It's an orb. I only caught a glimpse of it, what it was doing to my fellow priests. The orb calls to their spirits, then kills them, slowly letting them die, then raising them again so they may suffer in undeath as well. It hates all of us priests. Even now, I can hear it calling, trying to draw me to it so it can kill me, then raise me from the dead to perform its will.
How can I reach this orb?
To reach the level below,
Okay,
you
I
must
already know
find
that.
the 3 urns on this level.
I'll take
and
care of
place
the
them
orb.
back
Take
on
the
the
secret door to the
proper
sewers and back
pedestals.
to the street. Tell the cars what happened.
No, my place is here. I should help you, not run from this. If I
Use some healing.
Of course.
Okay, so we have a built-in healer. Good. What is that? Padded helm 1. Sitting there. Play game. Stop shooting arrows at me. Oh, you're still alive. Okay. I wonder if he'll continuously heal us. Or if he's like, sorry, my magic is all gone. It's like, wow, what a great help you were. Wait, but, I was like, why am I not able to go in here? Where's he at? Oh, can I not? Oh, can I not talk to him again?
You've returned.
Perfect. Alright, so we can use him as like a healing resource. Ghost there. Okay, so there's some spirits here, which is interesting. Should grab all the money we can. Just a second. Ooh. Melee attack, damage, arcane energy now. Experience per victory. Tempting. Armor class ranged. HP, faster health regen. Okay, let's get this to 20. Let's see. Health regeneration rate. Sword and fist. To hit. And damage for each rank. Okay, so that's not bad. So I think I'm gonna go with that. And then we'll finish there. That'll give us an extra point. Should I be breaking these? Okay, can't break those. I knocked his head off, so I didn't order that. Let's save here. More leather boots. Take it nice and slow. Okay. Is there a secret over here? Not sure if they stopped showing you secrets on the map or what. I don't know what that was. Okay, just a second. Okay. Okay. No weapons. So is it okay, it's just rings and amulets, but nothing magical yet. Unless you're supposed to equip them. No. Okay. That's what I thought. They're just basically there for cash early on, and then later on you'll heal. I'm trying to conserve some healing now that we're running a little bit low. I haven't found a single urn. You would think there would have been one in this like little room right here, right? Like, guess not. Guess not. Okay. So we're gonna save in this next room, and then we'll continue on. I still don't know about these ghosts. I guess they're just there to add some atmosphere, as it were. Got some money. Is this one the arms? Alright, not too shabby again, we're just trying to Take it a little safer. Alright, I'm gonna run back and go use that guy for healing again. Save. I remember if jumping was faster or not. Ow. That's what gets you hit. And my nose was just today. Must be some allergens or something in the air. Scimitar.
With you.
I'm gonna just go ahead and use a potion here. Let's take a look at our cash. What's our cash sitting at? 215. Man, I feel like we picked up so much more money than that. Oh, that's a good crit. Hey, thank you for the alert, Deco Bras. Hope you're doing well today. I do appreciate it. You're gonna turn into a yep. If they have both their arms, I believe they turn into the half corpses that crawl after you, so. Big old wide area here. Before we open any doors, I want to make sure we clear this area. Okay. Let's save real quick. Oh, no. Some zombies. I love when you knock their head off, because then they just roam around. They're just like, I can't do anything. Okay. Take them at our pace. Try not to get jumped. second. I need to check something. Crit. Look at that tracking. You see how he like led his shot there, waiting for me to run directly into it? Crazy. Alright, use the coffin for cover. Okay, trying to get ambushed here. The lesser healing. Great.
This looks important.
Strange medallion, it says. Oh yeah, one of the quests in the tavern, I think, was about retrieving that. Amulet. Not seeing any of these urns, man. They must all be in like one spot or something. How many recalls do we have? 7. We'll save, but we'll hold off recalling until we get as much done as we can. So I think we had 2 quests down here. Like, one was to find the amulet, and one's to find someone. Oh boy, that's a dangerous room to stand in the middle of. So let's not stand in the middle of a dangerous room, shall we? Yes, lock your buddy in the doorway for me, thanks. So I think there's one more. Okay, more than one more. Got it. Archers all over the place. So I think we found the urn room. What did we find? Pilot helmet. to town. That's what I thought. What's interesting is, I wonder if this game was inspired by, Diablo. Because there's certain levels in Diablo, if you watch our Diablo playthrough, that it's like, I think it's like every 4 levels. Maybe it's 5, I can't remember. But every certain amount of levels, you get a, like, return to town, staircase, so... Alright, so we need to push these. Again, I don't think there's anything yet. I think it's simply just running our face up against it. They go in a certain order. Okay, yes they do. It makes a very distinct clicking sound when you get them in the right spot. Yep. And it's gonna open that door that's over there. Obviously. I think it's supposed to be bronze, silver, gold. That's what... Go. Before we do that, is there any other places we missed? This is also why I didn't want to waste a recall potion, because now we have stairs and we can just go to town. I don't think there's anywhere we missed. Nope. Alright, so let's go up to town, turn in the medallion to whoever was looking for it, sell our stuff, maybe see if we can afford the chest plate. Chest plate is 5,000, so it's going to be a bit before we get our hands on that. Our weapon's alright. Wouldn't mind getting a better weapon as well, but the flaming stuff is usually the best. If I remember correctly, just because you get that constant damage of the fire. That's why it's the most expensive stuff you can buy. Okay. You were the one looking for an amulet, right?
It's good to see you again.
Found it in the crypts.
Why, I feared I would have to leave Baldur's Gate without it. Oh, thank you.
Alright, magic mace. Good.
Please.
You're still sleeping. Does he have anything else to say?
Thanks for...
No, okay. I don't think so.
If quality and price are your chief concerns, then look no farther. You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
Excellent weapons at reasonable prices, he says.
Oh, friend, I think the smell of the sewers has taken a liking to you. We have many fine deals. What are you looking for? Our shop carries the finest
Mace of Disruption +1. Do we do it? It does cost more, so it's probably better. So let's...
We have everything you need right here.
Let's do it. Let's equip that. And how many potions are we sitting on? 18. Should probably buy some more potions.
If you need something to split someone's skull, or a helm to protect
we could go with protection.
You come to the right place.
And then some potions.
And price are your chief
yeah, let's do that. We're gonna take a ring of protection.
You'll find my shop has excellent weapons at reasonable prices.
And that. Just because that'll, like, our AC is currently 34. This should give us 35. Yep. So, okay. Good stuff. Posture check. Okay. How you doing, Basenji boy? Hey, hopefully you're doing well today. So rotate myself. Alright, crypt. Chilling at work. Hey. Sometimes that's nice. Not sure. Solo mystery, what happened to Kessin and the orb? Evil artifact. Find and destroy evil artifact. Is there not a way to know what something does? I think we just have to just assume. Because we have a Mace of Disruption. I'm not sure if that's like stops spellcasting kind of disruption or just interrupts attacks kind of disruption. Swings a lot faster, which is part of the reason why I picked it up. You don't. I'm not gonna save game right now, not with a zombie walking right through that doorway. Okay, made that guy just... I see. Disruption makes them evaporate. Had a question. How do you have to pin a message at the top of every stream, or will it stay there forever? Every stream. Every stream. I have a stream deck, and I have a macro set up, so when I hit it, it opens all of my programs that I need and websites and stuff, and it puts that message in chat. So then I just hit pin and I just pin it up there at the beginning of every stream. So it saves me time having to like type it out every single time. Okay, so it looks like when we crit, they evaporate. That may be why this mace costs more. If we get some lucky crits off, maybe we can just shorten encounters here. Yeah, okay. Yeah, when they crit, they just disappear, like disintegrates them. I guess that's what the disruption part is. But yeah, you have to do it every stream. You have to make sure also you click, you want it for until the stream is over, because I think it defaults to like a certain amount of time, and if that happens, then you'll have to like re-pin it. Okay, we're starting to get the skeleton warriors, which are a little bit stronger. Yeah, 20 minutes until the end of the stream. Yeah. A good thing to do as well is just to get like a bot, because basically all the bot is doing, I think, is if I type. Okay, it's basically the same thing, but I do have a bot that also has it, so like if it disappears, I can always just type in that command and then it'll then I can repin that. It's always good to have your social media on there, just in case, like, someone's like, oh, do you have any VODs, or do you have other things? They can find you easier. Or, if, because some people prefer watching on one side or the other, whether it's on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. So, unfortunately, Twitch is basically getting rid of the usefulness of their VOD, not their VOD system, but their highlight system. So I feel like a lot less people are going to be watching Twitch side, which is even more reason to create a YouTube and make sure all your videos are over there, because a week from Saturday, they're not going to be around on Twitch anymore. Now Twitch does have, it will keep your VODs, but the VODs have a time limit built in, so I believe it's a week for affiliate. No. I think it's a week for everybody, 2 weeks for affiliate, a month for partner, turbo, and somebody else. And basically after that time, your VOD disappears. So it's very important to get a YouTube set up now and get everything set up for that. Because that's why we actually dual stream. We stream to Twitch and to YouTube. So that way the VOD's in both places. Hey, thank you for the follow. I do appreciate it. How you doing? We do anonymous follows here. If you'd like a personalized thank you, just say, hey, I follow in chat. Otherwise, feel free to keep lurking. And I do appreciate it. But yeah, getting a YouTube set up, even if you're not going to dual stream, just so you can get your videos over there, is a very smart thing right now. Because again, in a week they're going to get rid of almost all the highlights up to 100 hours. Don't think your internet can handle those streams, but it got to back them up manually. That's fine. There's a lot of tools. In fact, the Twitch VOD tool, if you connect your Twitch to YouTube, you could just hit export and it'll export it to YouTube. It's not that difficult. You just got to make sure you do it within that time limit, otherwise it'll just disappear. Some people don't even save their VODs. But that's how I used to do it. When I first set up my YouTube, I just sent the whole thing over. At the beginning of, I want to say last year, maybe it was midway through last year, I was trying to cut them down to 30-minute segments, but I was using the Twitch highlighter because I wanted to have them in playlists here on Twitch and on YouTube. And then Twitch was like, hey, you can't keep your highlights anymore, ha ha ha. And I was like, cool. I had 4,000 hours of highlights saved so people could watch them either here or on YouTube. And when they passed down that, hey, they're getting rid of that, I basically was like, oh, well, I guess I can't do that anymore. So I just started dual streaming because it's just much more effective. I might still sit down and do some compilation stuff or something. I haven't figured out how I want to make some like YouTube specific content, but for now it's just we stream to YouTube and Twitch, so the VODs will be saved forever on YouTube, or at least till YouTube decides it wants to set itself on fire. And then, we go from there. But yeah, if you can't handle dual streaming, just connect the Twitch to the YouTube. And once you're done with the stream, just hit export. It will take a while, I will forewarn you, especially if you do longer streams. But they usually get over there within, I would say within like 4-ish hours. But there's a lot of depends on stuff, so take that with a grain of salt, obviously. But yeah, I highly recommend it. If you are giving streaming like a really solid go, definitely go ahead and start a VOD channel now, so that way you don't lose your content later. Because when you come back around to your 2-year anniversary, your 3-year anniversary, your partner, the day you get partner, stuff like that, it'll be nice to go back and look at those VODs for your first streams or, your first big event or whatever. A lot of people don't think about that stuff early on, and then they feel real bad when they don't have those videos. I still have the, not physical, but I still have the files for the first stream I ever did. And whenever I hit partner, I plan to show that, which it's not great. It's a very poorly put together stream, but it was back in 2014 and I knew nothing about streaming, so well, I didn't know nothing about streaming. I didn't know how to do the streaming, like this side of streaming. I knew how to like work with Justin TV and Twitch and what eventually became Twitch and stuff, but I had never actually streamed myself, is a better way of putting it, I guess. But that was a long time ago. I only did like one stream, and I was like, okay, this is not going to work out. Plus, I was in college at the time. I was in like my senior year of college, so I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna focus on that. And boy, howdy, was that a poor decision on my part. Because I have a sneaking suspicion if I had stuck with it at that time, I probably would have been much, higher in the rankings than I am now. But I don't regret it, because like I still was able to do great things outside of streaming, and that to me is the important stuff. Is because after college, I did some independent work on some video games. I built some educational games for local schools, and then after that, I became a college professor for 3 years, teaching people how to make video games and stuff. So, like, I don't regret not being a part of the beginning of Twitch, Justin TV, all of that stuff. It's just one of those that's just, like, kind of unfortunate that you know, I had a chance, but I decided to go a different route. But I don't regret it whatsoever because, you know, I helped people in a number of ways in those years before I had to stop working. So no regrets. I actually don't really have any regrets in life, you know, because because it's just one of those that's like, one, regrets don't really help you, right, long term. Because if you just worry about all the things that could have been, you stop paying attention to the stuff that can be, right? You're so focused on looking backward, you forget to look forward, right? And, you know, it's like, yeah, you know, an interaction could have gone better, or, you know, I could have stayed longer with this job or that job, right? It's like, yeah, you know, you could have, but given the time and your knowledge of the situation, you didn't, right? Like, that's just, you can't hold yourself accountable. Well, you can hold yourself accountable, but you can't, like, beat yourself up over the idea that, like, what you know now versus what you know then, right? And that's why so many people, when we talk about the, like, man, I wish I had started sooner, it's like, okay, but just start now, right? Don't worry about, you know, whether or not you're one of the OGs of Twitch or whatever. Just start now. Push the go live button. See if it's your thing, right? Because it's not for everybody. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to do this thing, and then, you know, they do it and realize, oh, I hate doing this thing. And that's fine, you know, it's not for everybody, and that's perfectly normal. But that zombie just walked straight through that wall. Wow. PS2, everyone. Maybe it was a ghost. Maybe it was a ghost. Oh, okay, never mind. I think it was this ghost here. I thought that zombie just was like... Alright. And, 41 asks, yes, I know you don't have to kill anything, but if you've ever played a role-playing game... Okay, we are over-encumbered, finally. I was wondering when this was going to happen. Okay, so I am going to go ahead and use that point. Oh, it costs 2 for that. Never mind. Let's see. Is this magical? No, it's a potion. We definitely want potions. I'm gonna drop these. Potions are much more important. But, you know, you just don't beat yourself up. You know, pull the trigger on it if you're interested and go with it. Just make sure, again, make sure you're protecting your content, you know, from the inside and from the out. You know, whether that means backing the stuff up or applying heavy moderation. Like, I don't have any moderators for my channel, it's just me. But I use a lot of bots that allow me to do some pretty heavy moderation. They catch basically every single bot that comes in ahead of time. They know when someone's avoided a ban before. You know, and it catches a lot of stuff, so that way I can focus more on just creating all this great content for you guys, and less on having to stop every 5 minutes and getting rid of bots that are spamming the chat or whatever. It also means that, like, there's just certain things that people are accustomed to using, certain emotes and stuff that might be some salesperson slipped through my Siri bot. Like, oh yeah, those people, they try to strike up a conversation before
Not too much stuff already.
beforehand. Yeah, I've had a couple of those, but that's because sometimes they're not Morning Star of Disruption. Wait, is this better than ours? 9 to 13. It absolutely is. That is so much better. Okay, I think what we need to do...
No room.
...is go ahead... Actually, we're close to leveling. I wonder if we can catch a level. Remember, we need to remember that potion's there.
No room.
Oh, I know how we could make some room. We could get rid of all these rejuvenation potions.
No room.
Okay, let's recall. But yeah, you just gotta focus on, like, creating content you want and make sure, because I had somebody that was like, "Oh, I use this emote all the time, and why is it, kind of blocked in the chat?" It's because it's used in
Welcome back. Something I can get for you.
it's used in places that are dangerous for other members of the community. So.
Oh, friend.
Okay.
I think the smell of the sewers.
So like it's just like some people they don't even know that they're is the loading screen Lord of the Rings font. I don't know. It's probably just a default like fantasy font if I had to take a guess. Okay. You can sell all of these. We're not using those or these.
Our shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
We're so close to the 5,000 we need. Now I'm curious. We used a potion to get there. Does it use another one to go back? I hope not, because that would be very stupid. I think it only uses one potion to recall out. We'll see. Yeah, we stayed at 9. Make sure we grab all this stuff. But no, it wouldn't surprise me if it was the same font. But yeah, and there's just stuff you'll learn as as you stream more and more. There's quite a few people that I have convinced, like, hey, you should just give it a shot. But have seen quite a bit of success since then, and I'm glad that they were able to. A lot of people. I'll talk about it in just a second. Okay, we got 5 points. Attack rate wouldn't be bad. So let's go in. And let's go crit chance, because these disruption maces are actually really powerful for us. But I've seen some people get upset when like a member of their community or a community they're a part of starts becoming more successful than them. And I'm like, I will never understand that mentality. It's like, don't you want your friends to be successful, right? It's very crazy. But I've seen multiple people that were a part of my community at one time. Maybe they've moved on or whatever, that have become quite successful, and I'm happy for them. I'm glad they could find that level of success in the market and everything. That's why I'm always a proponent of helping people, because all it takes sometimes is that one little like push or that one little message of motivation, and then onward to success, and that's great. I just I don't know. I've never been a cutthroat kind of person when it comes to that stuff. If someone triples, quadruples 100 times the viewership that I do, but they're a part of my community, it's like I don't care. Let them be successful. Obviously they did something that people wanted to see, and it allowed them to grow. So why not? Ooh, I don't like this room. What did we pick up? Padded helmet again. Okay. This looks like a boss room. Oh, there's the orb. It does go up after a while. But yeah, it's one of those things that I think about that a lot, about if people think that I resent them or something because of their success, and I'm like, why would I? This world's full of enough negativity. If people are succeeding, especially members of my community, I couldn't be happier. We don't know how long we're going to be around on the call that. Yeah. On this earth, why would I spend that time worrying about the success of others, right? It's just very strange. Like, I get where it comes from, because there are people that are like that. They're like, oh, you just rode, you know, you rode so-and-so's coattails to success. You don't deserve it. And it's just like... What? And this is the guy who put the orb. I've seen that actually a lot.
I feared that we were lost. Ilmater is...
Okay, found this map.
Someone did this horrid... This is grave news. I appreciate all you have done for us.
Okay, go to Elf Song. But I've seen that over the years on Twitch. I've seen people have that exact argument of like, oh, you know, certain people didn't earn their success. They got it from someone else, and it's just like, you know, the flaw with that is if that's technically true, then why are people sticking around, right? Because, like, if people only watch someone because of someone else, they would never watch them on their own, right? So it's just it doesn't even make like logical sense. But again, there's a lot of negativity in the world when it comes to that stuff, and I think a lot of it comes from like a space of jealousy, right? It's like, oh, well, it should have been me. I should be the successful one, right? And it's just like, eh. Who is this? Talk to you in just a second. I don't know who you are.
This isn't the place for that.
I heard about what you did at the temple. It's good to see my weapons and armor being put to good use. My weapons should prove useful if you run across any more of the Walking Dead.
Perfect. Okay, we actually have enough to get his... Hey, we got an amulet of protection +2. That's good. Oh, that must be the thing that he gave us. So now we got +3 to our armor. But we need to buy...
We have many fine deals. What are you looking for?
That now. Now... Go. Get full tanked out. So...
Axes, bows. We have everything you need right here.
Alright, let's talk to you. Who are you? Jarek?
Well met, adventurer. Ethan has told me of how you rescued him in the sewers, and I have already heard of your bravery in the Shrine of Suffering. I decided that
That's a famous actor, too.
Myself. I am not disappointed. I hope you shall not disappoint me.
That's, God, I see his face. He's the guy... I know this is a weird cut. He's the guy from Sliders. I know he's been in other stuff. I don't remember his name, though. Slider. Show. Cast. John Rhys Davies. I'm pretty sure that is who that is. Dark Alliance. Introduces them to Jarek, John Rhys Davies. Yeah, okay. See, I knew that one.
Your actions in the temple showed great courage and sacrifice. A willingness to risk your life to protect others. An admirable quality. Ethan and I are members of the Harpers.
Ah, okay.
A group whose members have dedicated their lives to the safety of the realms and its people. I invite you to join us. We seek men and women of courage to band with us to protect the realms when the realms cannot protect itself. As a Harper, you will have our support. We will do what we can to help you in the realms. We are in need of your help against a grave threat to Baldur's Gate. What say you?
Decision not made lately. I'll need some time to think about it. No, I prefer to work on my own. I would be honored.
Excellent. There's no time to waste. We need you to perform a task for us.
What is this task?
The orb you encountered in the temple was placed there for a reason. It was intended to sow chaos, to distract the City Watch in order to allow another group to operate freely.
What group?
The dead man you found in the room with the orb was a thief. He was a member of a thieves' guild, a new guild that has appeared in Baldur's Gate. This guild follows the symbol of a bloody eye, and they left their mark on the bodies of 2 city watchmen murdered several days ago. This guild has declared war on the existing Baldur's Gate Thieves Guild. In the past few days, many of the old guild's members have vanished. Dead, most likely.
Did you want me to stop this guild?
That may be asking too much. Of greatest concern to us is the rumor of powerful magic backing this guild. Perhaps a mage, or several mages. The power of the orb in the Shrine of Suffering is proof of this. Whatever the source of this new guild's strength, we would like you to infiltrate the guild and find out who or what is behind it.
Very well. I'll see what I can uncover.
Excellent. Another agent of ours tracked one of the thieves to a secret guild entrance below the city. It's a secret door on the first level of the sewers in the northeast section. We have no idea how to open the door, however. It bears a special enchantment that is proof against most magics.
Found a strange key on the deck thief's body. Could it open the door?
Let me see it. Ah, yes, a curious item. It seems to bear a minor enchantment that dispels shadows, but the enchantment in the key is dormant. Perhaps its close proximity to the orb disrupted the enchantment. I may be able to awaken it. Ah, there we are. It should function as intended now. Simply bring it close to the secret door in the sewers, and the key will reveal the door and allow you to open it.
Very well.
Please be careful. These thieves have already killed some of the City Watch. They will not hesitate to kill you if you're discovered.
I'll be careful, Derek. Farewell. Okay. Save game. Okie dokie. I don't remember. Where this was. He said it's in the sewers. I don't remember if it was in the first or second level of the sewers. By the way, one interesting ground, because there's so much stuff underneath Baldur's Gate. Okay, this is to the crypt, right? And that's down to level 2. Find out who's behind the hidden entrance is the northeast part of the upper sewers. So this way. I won't spoil any of Baldur's Gate, but just know that like you're gonna spend a lot of time underneath Baldur's Gate for a lot of the Baldur's Gate games. Okay, so it is this. Okay, I noticed this earlier, but of course we didn't have the key. You need special keys.
What happened in the temple? Why do the priests still live?
I do not know, my Lord Xantum. I have heard rumors that the orb was destroyed before it could do more than slay a few priests.
By whom?
I do not know for certain, my lord, but I think my thieves and I may have met the attacker on the city streets above.
If they were one of your victims, how is it this creature still lives?
The City Watch came upon us as we were about to deal the killing blows, my lord. We were forced to flee to avoid being captured.
Your oversight has cost us much, Khan. Gather the soldiers. Although our secret entrances still remain undetected, it's only a matter of time before the dogs of the City Watch sniff us out, and we must be prepared for them.
I will see to it at once, my lord.
Khan, if the creature who destroyed the orb should make its way here,
It shall not come to that, my lord. I swear it.
Oh no, it's a beholder!
We shall see, Khan. If you fail me in this, I shall attend to the matter personally.
By the way, these things look funny, but like are one of the most like devastating creatures in, especially in early D&D, because they have different forms of magic and they use their different eyes to cast different forms of the magic, which means that like they can like in one turn like turn someone to stone, make your fighter like weaker than, you know, a sheet of paper. Like it's beholders are pretty intimidating, especially for early on adventurers. As the game as you progress, you know, obviously you get stronger and they become less of a threat. But also, what's cool about the beholders is if you've ever played like Doom, you may know the cacao demons. Well, the cacao demons, which are those floating red demons, those demons are actually based on the beholders. I always called them cow demons because I thought it sounded funny, but they're the cacao demons. But yeah, they're the floating red guys. But that's where their inspiration came from. Those are the beholders. Okay, so we have an up to town here. Let me go ahead and save again, so we don't have to watch that cutscene, because I don't know if cutscenes are skippable in this game. I think they are. I think everything in this game is basically skippable, but just in case it isn't. Longsword +1's probably not better than our mace, in all honesty. 9 to 13. Yeah, this mace is pretty good. Morning Star, because it's a step above the mace. It's like the next thing up, and then it's a +1. So. So these kobolds are about to have the worst time. But yeah, it's interesting because there's a lot of subsets of Dungeons and Dragons. Forgotten Realms being one of those. I think Forgotten Realms is probably the one that has the most. I would say probably the most gaming content about it. At least most popular gaming content is probably a better way of putting it, because there's a lot of older games that don't take place in the Forgotten Realms. You know, Baldur's Gate goes all the way back to the 90s, and yeah, these games which take place in Baldur's Gate, you've got, of course, the Baldur's Gate 1, 2 games, and eventually 3 much later. Icewind Dale technically takes place in I believe, the Forgotten Realms setting. And if I remember correctly, I think Dark Alliance 2 actually takes place in or around Icewind Dale as well. So it's one of those that, hey, one of you guys hurts. So, you know, we'll be seeing a bit of the Frozen North, I believe, in Dark Alliance 2. And I don't know about the remake. We will be playing the remake. At least that's my goal. But I don't know anything about it other than some people were not happy with it. That's the extent of my knowledge of the remake. These guys gotta go. But I don't know. I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to like ARPGs and stuff, because that's basically what this is. It's kind of a simplified ARPG. Like, there's not a whole lot of like build options, right? Like, this is the extent of your build options are what you see here. So they're not like super deep in any regard. Items are not very complex. In fact, I don't even know if there are unique items in this one. I do believe there are some in 2. But again, it's been a very long time since I've played this game, so I might be mistaken. But what I mean by unique items is it's items that have a, they have a specific, like, set of, like, buffs and debuffs and stuff that only that item carry. That's what makes an item a unique item, essentially. You gotta start stepping away from chests, because they will start trapping them more and more. Alright, time to use the door as a choke point. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure we clear out this area before we save. Okay, seems like the disruption part's not working on these guys, so I'm guessing maybe disruption is just against the undead, or might be something magical related. It's interesting, the evolution of ARPGs. If you don't know what ARPGs are, it's an old term that means action RPG, which you might look at me funny when I say that, because you're like, wait, aren't most RPGs action RPGs? Yes, most of them were. The difference is basically what the difference was is in computer RPGs, a lot of that tended to be turn-based, right? Action part was meaning like a real-time action. So instead of having to wait your turn, you could just do whatever you want, whenever you want. So that's where the action part really came in. And then it got simplified to ARPGs. Jesus Christ. Well, we found their treasure room. To check everything we're picking up. That's a bomb. Spice? Rare spice. Okay. Alright, let's check what we got. So now ARPGs basically means kind of any, like, loot-based, basically if you think of, like, Diablo 2, which is what really popularized the idea of what an ARPG would be like. That is kind of where you get that from. But again, it's an alternative. It's like CRPGs. We still use that to talk about things like Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, or Baldur's Gate 3, for example. You know, we're playing through Pillars of Eternity or Divinity Original Sin 1 and 2. Like, those are CRPGs. You're like, wait, if they're all computer RPGs, aren't most things computer RPGs? Again, yes, it's unfortunately the thing with genres and old terms. We end up keeping old terms just because people know them, not because they're inherently helpful. when you think of them used literally. Because if you talk to anybody that knows stuff about like CRPGs, of course they know exactly what type of game you're talking about. So let's go save. And the same thing with like ARPGs. And then what got really weird, and I've actually had this conversation with friends, is now there's kind of a separation between ARPG and action RPG. And the reason why that I think happened is because there's JRPGs that have moved to real time that were previously turn-based. So then now those have become action RPGs because it's real-time action again. Whereas ARPGs is meant for things like this game, Diablo, Last Epoch, Path of Exile, right? So now it's gotten even more confusing. Which is, you know, very sad, but That's why I always ask people, instead of being like, oh, you know, what genre do you like? I ask, like, what games do you like? Because then I can find something that maybe matches the genre or matches the gameplay, but might be from a different genre. So... Fireball trap. Just do this. I don't think we can break these, right? Here should go. Alright. So, and you gotta save here because guess what? There's a jumping puzzle. Whenever they add jumping to games, they have to add, and I called them jumping puzzles. They're not necessarily puzzles. The reason why they're called jumping puzzles is because you have to engage them in a certain way to reach the end. Technically, they're just platforming sections. Jumping puzzles is kind of a term used for, like, trying to figure out... It's not just platforming, it's figuring out what exactly you can engage with. Like this. This is a jumping puzzle, right? That's a jumping puzzle, where I couldn't just go straight across. I have to go to specific ones to get to... Right, so if I jump to this one, that one goes away. If I do that, this one goes away. If I do that, that one goes away. That. There you go. So that's an example of a jumping puzzle versus the thing where I was just going in a straight line, which would be a platforming section. You can see how they could be kind of interchangeable, which is how I use it. But... And then they're like, hey, what if you had to jump and get shot with fireballs? Okay. Of course, they're all ranged. Helps if I could hit somebody. There is no targeting so far as I know in this system. You basically just have to rotate around. Again, I think some of these issues get alleviated in the second game, but it's been quite some time. So I might be wrong. I might be just misremembering. A lot of games like this, a lot of ARPGs like this don't have targeting. You just have to swing in the general direction and hope you hit. So... People nowadays don't know what it was like back in the day when you couldn't just target an enemy and swing at them. You had to move around. All right, jumping puzzle number 2. So we jump here, 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 there, 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 there. Not gonna save because there's a bunch of spiders here. Last thing I want to do is save with a bunch of spiders attacking me. Okay. And they're very kind with the saves in this game too. As you can see, it saves before the puzzle and after the puzzle, because the pit is instant death, right? They know you die instantly if you go in the pit, so there's no reason to withhold a save and force you to go all the way back, right? Like it's just that would just be that would just be rude, basically, in most cases. We did get poisoned, which I don't think there's a way to deal with poison in this game. I think you just gotta eat the damage until the poison wears off. So, spiders, spiders, spiders. I can't remember, but I believe we might be able to export this character into the second game. I will say, I think I played a lot more of Champions of Norath than I did this one, so I might be blurring the two together about what comes from what game or what gets done in what game. Turn this around so I don't make a platforming mistake as I almost walk off the edge. Spider. Okay, it doesn't look like they're evaporating anymore, even spiders, so... Again, you don't have to kill everything, it's just, if you play games like this, killing more stuff means more experience means more levels, which means more power. So you wanna... Sometimes you just want to spend the extra time and resources to put these things to the sword, as it were, or in our case, the mace. Again, you can block, you can get shields to block damage. Which I don't think we even have a shield, do we? Okay, gotta be careful not to get shotgunned by some slimes here. These guys really messed us up before. Oh, this is not really good. This game is also 2-player. I don't know how the PC port is. I think, supposedly from what I saw, there was a port in 2021 of this game. On some stuff. I don't know how those are, so I can't speak to their quality. But it is 2-player, so if you have a friend and PS2 and a couple of controllers, you can have some good old school ARPG fun. It's interesting. There's not a whole lot, at least from my knowledge, of like retro JRPGs that had multiplayer. A lot of them were like single player things. So also fun bit of history about RPGs. So one of the most known series, or probably the most known JRPG series, is Final Fantasy. When they created that series, the first game, they weren't sure if they could sell a Japanese-style RPG game, you know, with like Japanese lore or Japanese characters or whatever, in the West. So what they did is when they created the first Final Fantasy game, they took the monsters out of the monster manual for Dungeons and Dragons and made those the monsters in the game, because of course that, at the time that's what was increasing in popularity. Okay, not get caught in a corner, please. Oh, this is gonna be bad. So like you'll see monsters that look like they're ripped basically directly out of the Dungeons and Dragons like monster manual, and that's because they were. From design to like moveset and everything like that. In fact, I think one of the bosses, if not the final boss of Final Fantasy 1, is just a black dragon from D&D. Okay, we got 5 points. Let's go armor. And pestle and fortitude. I want to see if we can get our healing over time back up. You can see our health slowly regenerates. If we can get that high enough, we can save on some resources outside of combat. But, just a little bit of interesting history there for you if you didn't know about the connection between Final Fantasy 1 and Dungeons and Dragons. But there were a lot of things that were, of course, inspired by Dungeons and Dragons. As Dungeons and Dragons was inspired by a lot of stuff, right? Like that's how inspiration works. It's usually a chain of things. Someone inspires someone who inspires someone, you know. Even more reason to be a positive influence on the world, because you never know who you're going to inspire. And unfortunately, negative inspiration is also a thing. For this, could have gone, but I just wanted to save the other. Yeah. This way. And what I mean by basically negative inspiration is the idea of like setting an example of what people don't want to be, right? You know, it's just like, oh, that person's so terrible. I never want to be like that person. You know, that's what I view as like negative inspiration. So, oh, looks like we're about to fight Karn. Actually, we have an ad, so I'm gonna take this moment to stretch a little bit, and then I believe we get a fight with Karn here before heading down into the guild proper, or maybe it's just a bigger thief. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Let's go say hello to Barn.
So, you've come all this way to think I missed the chance to kill you when we first met.
I think you'll find me a tougher opponent when you cannot strike as a coward from the shadows.
You speak the truth. I'd not expected you to make it through the gauntlet. Still, it matters little whether you kill me or not. For either way, you will still die.
What do you mean?
Even if you kill me, my lord waits below. Your death at his hands will be a slow one compared to the mercy I will show you.
See who dies this day, Karn. Prepare yourself. Watch him summoning like 18 buddies. Oof. Oof. Karn is bringing the heat, as it were. Spam healing and get him out. I forgot about the shadow teleport. Spin around him. Look how he blocked without blocking out. Bring around the Rosie. Yeah, I think I gotta go to his left side. Hi, Karn. Serrated Scimitar, Ring of Intellect. Down to level 3. I know we ain't about to beat this game this quick. I'm gonna... Let's go ahead and save. Go ahead and recall. Grab by the Ghoulie origin stories. No. Man, that game. It's weird because, like, again, when I was playing Grab by the Ghoulies, I was like, this has some very interesting things that could have, like, if they had more time to make, like, a full experience, I think it would have been fine. It's just, it feels like it was a tech demo that just, never turned into a full game.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get some armor for it, too. Any of these weapons would be sure to stop a thief dead in his tracks.
Twin-stick nature was... Yeah, I mean, the targeting was on point, like, with the twin-stick shooting part. The environments were goofy and silly. The story of, like, every time it looked like the two characters would kiss, they just hug each other like best friends. Like, it had the silliness that you would expect and everything. It's just...
Fine deals. What are you looking
you know, it's... You doze off heard Grab by the Ghoulies. Yeah, the Senji was mentioning making a joke about origin stories.
Shop carries the finest dwarven weapons, brought here all the way from the Sunset Mountains.
Okay. I was talking about, like, how there is stuff in that game that I think could really work if it got finished, essentially. It just feels like it was, like, half-cooked. Alright, we need a flaming weapon. Do we have enough for it? Ooh, we could... No, we can't get it, okay. Flaming longsword's probably our best bet here until we can save enough for this one. That's two-handed. I think this one's one-handed. I think that one's a better bet. He doesn't sell any better armor, right?
Right here.
Yeah, 9 to 13, but this is 4 to 15. But it'll also swing faster.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back.
Let's go ahead and slap a shield on just for the extra AC. Stated he would love to see a sequel. Somehow I doubt that. Somehow I doubt that.
Word is you're taking on that new Thieves Guild, friend. Watch your back. And maybe get...
Okay. But, I don't know, it's one of those that I think there's a lot of games throughout gaming history that, like, had really good premises, or they did some really cool things, but they either were just too short, they were too rushed, or just, like, no one knew about them, so they never really got, like, a sequel they deserved. Because, like, one of my favorite survival horror games is actually Kodelka. I love Kodelka. But... Oh. It's an insta-kill. Got it. Cool. I love Kodelka, but, like, that game does not last long enough. Unfortunately. So... Okay, so they don't have pinpoint accuracy. We just gotta be faster. FromSoft is working on a sequel. I doubt that too. Are you just saying random stuff? because again, I don't think anybody on the planet is looking for Grab by the Ghoulies 2. Like, if anybody was going to do it, it's going to be Rare, so anybody pushing for it would be Microsoft. No, FromSoft's currently working on, God, what do they call it? The Dusk Bloods, I think is what that Switch, thing is going to be called. Oh, this is going to be fun. That's fine. I've played Legend of Zelda before. I don't know where the eye is, so there we go. But yeah, they're working. I think it's called the Duskbloods, which is funny because in some regards, it feels like it might be a connection between Bloodborne and Elden Ring. I haven't looked too much into it. I know they did an interview with Miyazaki about it. The FromSoft Switch exclusive, if you're wondering what I'm talking about. There we go. It's like, I know there's a way I can turn to see these things. Okay, as soon as it turns, I'm going to hit this switch. Then I'm going to do this. I'm going to follow it around. Then I'm going to go here. Oh, this is going to be fun. Save. Because there are vampires in Bloodborne. But they never really... They don't get expanded on in the lore, right? The focus is mostly on the werewolf stuff. Okay. So, it's gonna be... Yeah, but I'm gonna get blasted. Dustblood sail backwards to grab like all this. You know... No. But it's gonna be interesting because it does look. I hope they're not just doing like a, hey, it's like more Elden Ring but on the Switch, right? Because I don't think anybody really wants that. Well, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I don't see a world where like that's what people are like gunning for. This spins back around. There we go. But ooh, that is probably not a safe place to save. Having a group of bugbears running at you at full speed is probably not the best saving location. But I don't know. It's gonna be interesting because, like, on one hand, it's like it's cool that we're getting something from Software, but the thing I hate more than anything is the fact that it's gonna be exclusive. Because we've done this song and dance before, right? We did this with Bloodborne, and Bloodborne is still, to this day, stuck on the PS4. There's no ports, there's no remakes, there's no nothing. It's just there. Right? And it sucks, right? Because...
So, you are the stranger that Khan spoke of.
Sorry, we have to listen to,
Humanoids all look alike to me. Weak and fragile.
Tony J.
Khan should have killed you when he had the chance.
But it just kills me because it's like, we don't need more exclusives. We need less exclusives. We need more people, more accessible games for more people, so that way we could have more fans. But the more you lock behind consoles or lock behind exclusives, the less fans it's going to get because our economy is going down the drain. So people are going to be able to afford less and less and less and less, and you're expecting them to pay more and more and more and more. It's not going to happen. Enough of your words, monster. Prepare to die.
It is you.
Okay. Time to get our butt kicked by a beholder. That's why, right there. I should have. Yeah, see how he's doing different spells from his eyes? That's what I was talking about. Beholders, that's kind of the struggle when you fight beholders, is that they can do different spells and they will kick the crap out of you. Oh, I forgot I can block all of that. That's funny. And there he goes. This game is pretty sick, never really looked into it before. Well, we might have just beaten it. So... because I believe this is where part 2 picks up. I believe we go up to, like, on top of a tower or something.
You have accomplished far more than I could have hoped.
And also, stars on your voice cast.
Harpers are blessed to have you among our number. You have my thanks, and the thanks of all of Baldur's Gate. These maps on the wall. Baldur's Gate, the Sunset Mountains, the marsh of Kalimba. It is as I feared. The evil that has risen in Baldur's Gate is only part of a greater evil.
Yep.
These 3 locations are tied, though I know not how. Oh, this gate worries me. This beholder and his legions were able to use it to enter Baldur's Gate without being detected. It seems this gate
Oh,
is
it's easier
tied to the
because we
Sunset
stacked
Mountains.
defense.
A further cause for worry. We've heard strange rumors from the Sunset Mountains over the past few weeks. But the agent we sent to investigate the rumors...
Okay, maybe not. Maybe it's not finished. I was like, I thought this game was much longer than this.
For his life. Please, I must ask you to head through the gate and see what has happened in the Sunset Mountains. Other creatures may have arrived there, and if so, we must know their strength before taking action. You have already...
Hey Void, how you doing today?
Much, and we are grateful. Please, here is some gold and items that may aid you on your mission. Use them wisely. I must go and tell the dukes of the city what has been discovered here. Please rest and prepare yourself before heading through the gate. There's no telling what waits on the other side.
Long sword, short bow, 2000, 2000. What kind of long sword? He gives us a flaming longsword. I was like, do I need to buy the flaming longsword? I couldn't remember. I couldn't remember if he gave us the ice sword or the fire sword. He does give you the fire sword. So we bought one for no reason, but that's fine. But yeah, the reason why it was a lot easier is because now we're wearing full scale mail, which puts our defense at like 56. So we take considerably less damage. We don't really have a reason to rest or anything. Bye-bye, Mr. Beholder. Teleportation gate. The Sunset Mountains. Yeah, okay. I was like, I know this game is longer than this. Because that was like a basic. That's like a level 4 encounter, although the Beholders are usually pretty strong. So... I'm glad that's not the end of that. It's like, that's way too quick. Because it's a PS2 game, so you know you're going to get a bit more content than that. And now we're fighting gnolls, I believe, are what these things are. They're like hyena people. So... Because if I remember correctly, we're able to eventually get up to... like plate mail. So, hopefully everyone is doing well today. We'll probably go a little bit longer today. Thankfully I'm not feeling, hopefully I don't jinx myself in saying this, but hopefully I'm not feeling, or thankfully I'm not feeling as bad as I was yesterday. I don't know what happened yesterday. I stepped away from the computer, and by the time I came back, I was just like, I can't physically, like, I couldn't really even, like, talk without being, like, exceptionally nauseous. So it was very strange. I've never really had something like that happen before, but today seems a lot better. So... It's like Gauntlet, but a little more intricate. Yes. The games like this are definitely inspired by Gauntlet as well. Gauntlet's been around for a long time. Hey, play guys. Unfortunately, these guys are super tanks. Should have whooped off that guy, yeah. I need to be using my block a bit more. Certain games give you nausea. Well, we were playing a game that wasn't even moving. Like, we were playing No Skin, which is it's mostly menus. Like, you basically just pick like, oh, I died. I was not paying attention to my health, but like, there was nothing like going on the screen that would make me get sick. I got sick coming back to the computer. Like, that was the weird part. It's like I wasn't at the computer and got sick. It's like I walked away to do something, and by the time I got back to the computer, I was sick. So I don't know what caused it. But I have like 5 or 6 chronic illnesses, and at any time, any of them can, you know, rear their ugly head, as it were. So it's just one of those that, like, you just gotta deal with that stuff as it shows up. It just sucks that I was only able to go, you know, a couple hours, because I try to go at least 4 hours with our stream, but physical health has got to come first, right? Physical and mental health. I always talk about it at the end of our streams. Physical and mental health have to come first, because otherwise you can't continually stream, right? Like, if you don't take care of yourself, you're going to be streaming less and less and less until you can't stream anymore, right? So it's just you just got to take care of yourself. Ow, stop kicking me. As always, I had 2 dizzy spells at once the other day, and immediately panic attack, fight or flight, wanted to kick in, had to take the... Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting, because, like, I have another friend who deals with a lot of, like, those kind of, like, overwhelming stuff, like that, and it's weird, because of the stuff that, like, I personally have, I've dealt with, I don't have that reaction anymore. Which is not a good thing, by the way. That it is a detriment to my health, but I do not have those reactions anymore. I'm gonna pull these guys over here so we're not getting ambushed by like 4 of them. But it's just it's always scary when your body starts doing things like of its own volition, right? Like, it's like you're not in control, right? There's a lot of horror that's actually about the kind of like that loss of agency, and that's kind of what happens, right? It plays into that. People doing 24-hour streams cannot be healthy. It depends, right? Like, if you're eating, if you're drinking, if you're stretching, like, you can technically stream as long as you want. It's just the problem is a lot of people don't do those things, and then it becomes less and less healthy, right? I mean, if you just go back to the like 80s and 90s, there are numbers of stories of kids that would constantly get sick at arcades and stuff because their parents would drop them off at like 8 o'clock in the morning, and they'd be like, "Hey, we'll be back this afternoon," and the kids would just be at the arcade for, 12 plus hours, and then they get sick, right? Okay, some more health. More crit. I just kind of deal with them all nonchalant, but it's always worrying when I gotta stop and actually focus on... Yeah, I'm not trying to, like, minimize your experience. I'm just saying, like, for me personally, it's just something, unfortunately, I don't deal with anymore. I deal with a bunch of other stuff, but... Like, a sleep gives you anxiety. Yeah. I mean, it gives a lot of people a lot of issues, because your brain does need sleep. A lot of people don't understand. There's a thing called, brownouts that happen. I will stretch. Basically what happens is... with a brownout is your brain just shuts off. Like, you will literally be standing in mid-conversation, and then your brain shuts off. Because it needs to, at the very least, reset for 5 minutes. And it happens a lot with people who are sleep-deprived and stuff. They'll just be mid-conversation and just be like... And then they'll continue the conversation like nothing happened. It causes brain damage, by the way. But one of the main issues with streaming long periods of time, especially for people that don't have like standing desks or stretch a lot, is you can get blood clots in your legs from being sedentary for long periods of time. So that's why there's always been a push, especially in the American workforce system through unions and stuff, for people that sit a lot to get up like 5 to 10 minutes every hour and walk around and stuff, because otherwise you have more of a chance of developing blood clots in your leg, which blood clots anywhere is a bad thing. So, you know. But there's a lot of people, because what ends up happening too is they'll develop a blood clot in their leg, and then they'll like stand up or get active or whatever, and it'll push that blood clot somewhere else, or a piece of it will break off, and that's how they end up having a heart attack or a stroke, is because a piece of that blood clot, you know, breaks off and ends up in the brain or the heart. Then my Apple Watch tells me when I need to stand. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why those features have been added. It's because, you know, the more we attach ourselves to, you know, technological devices, the less chance we have of being active. So that's what happens on 9-hour flights for some peeps. Yeah, it doesn't take long, especially if you're already predisposed to having those kinds of health conditions and stuff. So... Hands. Annoying gnolls. No. But you know, that's why, again, that's why I always end the stream telling people to take care of themselves. Is because sometimes people will sit down and be listening to something or watching something, and they don't think about moving in, you know, 8 hours or 12 hours, and then, you know, something bad happens. Because, like, I have, you know, I have friends who also have, like, chronic illnesses and stuff, you know, and some of those illnesses do not play well with long gaming sessions or long movie sessions or anything like that. So, it's like, you have to, you know... Yeah, we picked up something else. Is that another ring? Ring of Rejuvenation. Do we have 2 rings on? We can. Nice. Okay, none of that's any good. But... So, sometimes people just, you know, sometimes people just need a reminder, and that's actually, like, one of the reasons... Like, I know some people don't run ads on their channel, but that's actually one of the reasons why I run ads, is because it's a reminder to both me and to other people to, like, hey, there's an ad going. I should probably take a break, you know? It's time for me to go get a water. It's time for me to go stretch my legs, use the restroom, whatever, right? Because we forget about that stuff when we're so, like, locked into what we're doing. But... also, the helpful part of ads, I'm not doing it because it's like, oh, monetary benefit too. Actually, when I run ads, it stops pre-rolls. So if someone new comes to the channel, they won't have ads when they come in to the channel. They can just start watching and saying hello, and they don't have to worry about that stuff. So ads stop pre-rolls for a certain amount of time, which is another benefit, obviously. But... because, I mean, I'll be perfectly honest, my ad revenue is nothing. Like, in like a month of running ads, I maybe make like 6 cents. Because ads, of course, are based on viewership and everything, but... You had pre-rolls? Yeah. I'm trying a new method. The method I have stops pre-rolls for the first 30 minutes after the ad to see if that works. Because in order to get rid of pre-rolls completely, you have to run 3 minutes of ads. If you don't know how the system works, basically... Oh, you hate. Okay. Yeah, most people do, right? But it's a balance of, you know, do you want pre-rolls or do you want 3 minutes of ads? Right. You have to find the balance there. Because the only way you get rid of pre-rolls is 3 minutes of ads. That is currently the only way to get rid of that system. Man. This area is long. There wasn't something else that dropped. Let me check. But yeah, a lot of people hate pre-rolls. A lot of people do. And again, that's why I do that, is because, one, it gives me a chance to take a break at the top of the hour. It gives other people a chance to like take a break and stretch and all of that stuff. And like I know people, you know, like certain streamers aren't a big fan of it, but the thing I always tell people is, like, if you want the most bang for your buck as a viewer, you know, yeah, it's nice to support streamers and, you know, get their emotes and all of that stuff, right? On the other hand, Twitch Turbo is the most cost-effective way to handle it. If you buy Twitch Turbo, which I believe is $12 a month. Let me Google this real quick. Let me pause so I don't get blasted. Twitch Turbo. Let's see. Turbo is year subscription. It doesn't say. Let's see. Cost. Yeah, it's $12 a month, which is the equivalent of basically 2 subs. You get ad-free viewing for the entire site, right? So, like, I only sub to a very few subset of people, just because I don't have enough money to sub to everybody I would like to sub to. But the cool thing about Twitch Turbo is I get ad-free viewing for the whole site, but every streamer that's affiliate or partner, they get a cut of your Twitch Turbo viewership. So the more you view someone's content, the more of your Twitch Turbo they get, right? So if you have someone who goes on a hiatus for a month, you don't have to worry about your sub being, you know, wasted, if you will. You'd watch someone else for that month. They would get their, you know, essentially their cut of the Twitch Turbo. But it's just more cost effective. And I know some streamers don't like that because, you know, they want people to sub to their channel as much as possible so they can make a living doing this, and that's fine. I don't think there's anything wrong to, you know, wanting to make a career of this or anything. It's just when I've mentioned this before, probably so many times over the past 4 years that people are tired of hearing me say it, like a lot of things. I don't do this for money. Like, I'm not going to turn down if people want to support me monetarily. That's great. All of the money that I get from the stream, whether that's bits or subs, I don't really have a tip thing. Like, I don't have a way to give tips directly, just because those systems can be a little bit of a pain. PayPal has a chargeback problem where people could be like, "Oh, I'm going to tip you $1,000 and then charge you back, so I get to keep $1,000, and then you have to pay $250." It's a problem. But it's just one of those that, like, you know, I would much rather my people just enjoy being a part of the content than to have to burden themselves with $6, you know, a month. Okay, mine camp. I think we finally made it to the town. Jesus. That was a long first area. $12 seems cheap. It's been that way for... It's $8 now? No, it's 12. I'm pretty sure it's 12. I just checked it. Now, there might be a deal on it at some points, but I'm pretty sure it's $12. Maybe it's $8 for the first month and then $12 after that. Okay, we did it. This is the town. I was like, are we going to have to fight people? Ooh, shopkeep.
How can I help you, brother?
Sell. We don't need the sword. We don't need the bow. We don't need the arrows. Monthly subbed one. That's if you do it through mobile. Mobile subs cost more than desktop subs. A lot of streamers have been doing. They have a what's it called? A command to link mobile people to the Twitch site, so that you can save. I think it's literally like a $1 or $2 markup. I believe it's still $6. But it's just only if you're subscribing through the desktop site, not the mobile site.
See such fine steel as you will in this shop.
Which is real messed up. If you, yeah, mobile costs more. Yes, it does. It absolutely does. It's real messed up. It has something to do with like the way the Google Store or the Apple Store or something worked. So, really, it could have been saving $2. Yes. If you don't believe me, go to your browser on your phone and go to a channel you don't sub to, because you don't have to click the button. Just go to a channel you don't sub to, check it on that, then go back to the mobile app and check it on the mobile app, and I guarantee you there's a difference. Ringer protection 2.
If you're in need of a weapon, you've come to the right place.
How many rings can we wear? I think it's just 2, right? Yeah, that's fine. We have, that just gives us an extra.
Never will you see such fine steel as you will in this shop.
Yeah, Switch 2 games are going to be insanely priced. Yeah, we're running low on HP potions.
Axes, hammers.
All right, what do you have?
More than enough weapons for everyone.
Okay, now we're starting to get into the big stuff, the masterwork stuff. Fortunately, ooh. We could go ahead and get into get this, but I think armor is going to be more beneficial to us now. Could have bought 1 level of graphic. Yeah, train mail, elven scale mail. How much? That's only 2 levels higher, though, right? Yeah, chain mail. So we could buy 2 things of chain mail.
Never will you see such fine steel as you will in this shop.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. So it's 2 per piece. So if we buy these 3, 2, 4, 6. Okay, so it's more beneficial to us to buy the 3 cheaper pieces than it is to buy the plate, because the plate only goes up by 3, whereas each smaller piece goes up by 2. So that would be +2, +2, +2, which would be 6, where otherwise it would be +3 +2, which would be 5. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and go chainmail, chainmail, chainmail. It also saves us a little bit of money because we do need healing potions. A lot of healing. Okay.
Never will you see such fine steel as you will in this
shop. How much healing potions do we get? 40. That should be good enough for a while.
Swords, axes, hammers. We have more than enough weapons for everyone.
Take all that off. Go here. Put on this, put on this, and put on this. There we go. So now we just need to save up for more, like, better weapons and stuff. But yeah, you can, hi there.
Brother!
Oh, so you can talk?
Be you have returned to us? I fear you have returned to us in a dark hour.
Okay, that's what I was wondering. I was like, I think there's 3 characters because the other 2 areas are the other 2 characters' stuff. So, like, this is the Dwarven, and then the last place is Elven.
This camp is all that remains of our clan.
We were forced to fall back when a patrol of
Dark
elves
elves, yep.
invaded our mine. Getting...
Yeah. If you don't know, dwarves and dark elves kind of go toe-to-toe quite often, because dark elves exist in what's called the Underdark, and dwarves do mining. So if you dig deep enough, you run into the Underdark, and yeah. So you end up running into dark elves, and dark elves are usually not friendly. There are some caveats to that, obviously. I mentioned them earlier. There's the, there's Dris Duerden, which is where the R.A. Salvatore books, the main character of the R.A. Salvatore books. But he's a dark elf that comes to the surface. Yeah, so. Which I believe, I don't know, I don't think it's this game. I might be mistaken. I know in one of the two games there is a cheat code you can put in. I'm pretty sure it's the second game, but you can put a cheat code in, and you can actually play as Dris Duerden, or Duerden, depending on who you ask, in the game. And he wields both of his scimitars, magical scimitars. I could have swore it was this one, but I figured we'd just play kind of default. But what I think we're going to do is I think that is where we're going to go ahead and call it a stream. I'm going to end a little bit early today. Just try to chill out, make sure that I'm still taking care of myself as we move into tomorrow. If you like RPGs, we'll be back tomorrow with a different RPG that we've been playing our way through, which is Pillars of Eternity. We're going to try to make some progress there. We might, like, obviously we have the DLC, but I think main story-wise, we don't have much longer, so once we do the DLC, and then do the main story, we'll be done with Pillars 1, we'll move into Pillars 2, and then we're going to play Tyranny. Those are going to be the upcoming CRPG stuff. Did you miss Viva Pinata? Not yet. But Tyranny is also made by Obsidian, and it's kind of a different take on CRPGs. So we'll have to try that out and see how that is. But after those, we're going to do the Shadowrun series. So I've kind of decided, I think what we're going to do is we're going to move Shadowrun Super Nintendo to our retro list, and we're just going to move our Shadowrun to our CRPG list, and we're just going to play those once we're done with the Pillars and Tyranny game. We've been waiting to do it for 4 years. I'm tired of waiting, so we're just going to do that during those times. So we got Pillars, we've got this game series, which, by the way, we have 3 games in this series that we're going to be playing. We, of course, have Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 1, Forgotten Realms, Baldur's Gate, Dark Alliance 2, and then the remake, which is just called Dungeons & Dragons, Dark Alliance. Again, a lot of people weren't happy with this game. I don't know anything about it, and I have not played it, so this will be a first playthrough of this one. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe I'll like it, maybe I won't. But either way, that will be that game. And then, of course, we're still playing through horror games, so we're going to be doing some more No Skin and some more Look Outside. But I think what we're going to do for Look Outside is we're going to reset our run of Look Outside. We're going to put it on easy, because normal is just too unfun for me. I really do want to see what that game has to offer, but I'm not going to keep trying to beat my head against the wall of normal mode. So we're going to restart that. We're not super far. It won't take long to catch us back up. But yeah, so we're going to restart on easy and then try to make some more progress and Look Outside. So if you like horror games, if you like retro games, if you like RPGs or anything in between, don't forget to throw us a follow. A follow is completely free and helps channel out tremendously. Or if you're over there on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe. It's the same thing as a follow on Twitch. Also, feel free to share us out with your friends, your family, your Discord communities. We are family friendly here, even when the game isn't. Everyone is welcome as long as they are kind. That is it. That is the only prerequisite. Secondly, if you throw us a follow subscription, it'll let you know when we go live. We usually go live at 11 a.m. Central Time US. We started a little bit late today. If you're not sure what time it is for you locally, down in the panels there's an extension, as well as the Twitch schedule should tell you when we go live. for your time zone. Does the math so you don't have to. And finally, if you miss any of our videos, all the VODs are here on Twitch for a month and down on YouTube for the foreseeable future. So hopefully you will find everything you're looking for. Also, we have, I think, over 1,700 videos on YouTube. We've been doing this for 4+ years. We've got tons of playthroughs, tons of first playthroughs. Go check out our YouTube if you haven't already. I do appreciate all the likes, comments, subscriptions. I do read all the comments and everything. So I do appreciate it over there, support over there as well. Another reminder, tomorrow will be potentially the last day we stream this week. I have a procedure on Thursday, and I might be out on recovery for Friday. So at the very earliest, Sunday, because we don't normally stream on Saturdays anyways, Sunday might be the earliest that I could stream. We'll see how I'm feeling on Friday. They said you could bounce back in like 24 hours. We'll see. I'm not going to push it, but we'll see how I'm feeling on Friday. But just for clarity, most likely won't be back until Sunday. So prepare for that. And then when we come back on Sunday, probably we'll be doing some horror games. So we'll probably get back into, we'll probably do our restart of Look Outside on Sunday. And then we'll just rotate through the 3 things we have going on there. But again, thank you guys for being here. Thank you for all the support. Thank you. If you don't know, again, just a little announcement. We have joined the Crypt stream team. It was announced on Monday. We are a part of the Crypt stream team, which is a charity-focused, horror-focused stream team. The horror is horror and horror adjacent, as a lot of people try to use. So if you're not a part of the Crypt community, however, which is the community... the Crypt community. The Crypt is the stream team. The Crypt community is the community at large. If you regularly play horror games, please do join the Crypt community. A lot of great people in there, a lot of great people to meet, collab with, as well as that's where you can find a lot of people that are members of the Crypt itself. But I do appreciate you being here. Remember to take care of yourself mentally and physically. Both are very important. Remember to stay hydrated. And as always, remember, we can make the world a better place. And all you have to do is be kind. Let's find someone to raid. Let's see who is on. We gotta check the stream team, obviously. See if we can find someone on our stream team to raid into. All right. Let's see. I will pull up. Bum, bum, bum. Okay, seems like quite a few people are live, so we should be able to find some people. Bale is on. Yeah, I saw that. Let's see who else we got. It looks like there's at least 4 or 5 people from the team that are streaming. Kristen is doing schedule 1. We rated Emmy. We rated Kristen yesterday. We could rate Emmy. She's doing Odyssey. Penance is doing Happy Hills Homicide. Yavnar is doing Indiana Jones The Great Circle. Why do I not have Veil of Aaron here? I saw that he was on. Do I not follow him? Let me double check. Thought I followed everyone. Oh, I don't follow. Okay, weird. Okay. There. Sorry about that. Okay. For some reason, I don't follow Veil of Aaron. I think what happens is sometimes when you hit the follow, it doesn't tell you that you follow ahead of time, so you end up actually unfollowing. Because I've followed Veil for, God, I feel like a year and a half at this point, but it's just not there anymore. Also doing Indie Horror Day, so yeah, we're gonna raid into Veil. So bye YouTube, see you tomorrow. Have a good one. All right, let's end our YouTube stream. All right, YouTube is gone.